Okay. Cliffhanger. Griffin! I am Griffin. This is Draco Alpha Ipswich. Alright, so this is part 2. Now what you need to understand is I'm about to go in and tell this to the public. The issue here is that people want to act as if I owe people something, and they want to be disrespectful, and I don't want to hear anybody saying anything about they already knew this, because no, you did not know this. You did not know this, so shut the fuck up. Also, I'm letting you know that my curses work all the time. All the time. If I put a death curse on you, you will die. And my point here is, I'm not a dumbass. I know if I tell you I put a death curse on you, you're not going to want to believe that. Who the fuck would? Because what can you do about it if it's true? Nothing. But you might try to get the curse removed. You might try to pretend like the curse doesn't exist. There's all kinds of things that would go in your head. I'm here to tell you that you will die if I put a death curse on you. You will have whatever happened to you that I want to happen to you if I put anything on you. Period. Now, I'm a lot more aggressive than I was before because that was Joseph Jones. I'm Draco Alpha Ipswich, and Draco is the law. Period. I can do what Joseph Jones did not do. Period. Now, it's taken this long for me to come into physical form. All this has been about creating a situation for me to come here. My name is Draco Alpha Ipswich. You can think of me as Joseph Jones from a parallel universe. Different experience, different knowledge, different wisdom, amplified ability. So you would have to do your research to find out whether or not that's possible. And I said that's a way of thinking of it. I already know exactly what is going on. So here's the point. I know how to make people extremely successful. I can do all kinds of things that you did not know I could do. The more I put things out, you'll put the puzzle together and you will understand how meticulous and intelligent I am. You won't understand how intelligent I am, but you'll understand that I'm meticulous and intelligent. Period. Now, what is it that I'm going to express to the public? That if you did not know, there's a reason most people are not successful. And what does this have to do with vampires? I'm going to explain this to you. If you have watched me online, I've been online for years, okay? It's pushing a decade. If you know anything about me, you understood that I said I was putting experimental information out to the public. I focused on men publicly, right? Why did I do that? Because I wanted to see if the public was ready. Now, I wasn't just doing things online. I've been all over, very out in the social world, and you see what's happened to me legally, and I'm rectifying that issue. Okay, so I will have a clean record and all that stuff. I do have a clean record as far as everybody's concerned. The system is the way it is, and they're trying to do the basic stereotypical takedown on a person they think is of African descent, but they don't even know who the fuck they're dealing with. So listen up. The reason the public is not successful in general, so the majority of people are not successful. Now there's different levels of not successful, right? You have people who are overtly poor, right? Then you have people who are considered middle class, but then you have a class higher than them that consider themselves middle class and consider the people who think they're middle class, working class, and it gets pretty sophisticated depending on your level of intelligence and how cultured you are, okay? I'm not going to go and be very specific because I'm talking to the public, and the public is the public. It's below average, even though they think they're average. So here's the point. There are tons of gurus out there, self-help development coaches, people who teach wealth and development and all these things, and what they don't know is they are dabblers in the occult. Not even that. Now, I'm not saying that some of them don't consider themselves occultists or deep occultists. I'm just telling you they're dabblers at best, and they're not even that. How would I know that? Because power knows who has power and who doesn't. So you can look at my current circumstance and say, well, look at your circumstances right now. But my question would be to you, what are my circumstances? How would you know what they are? Do you even know how to research that? Because what you can research is irrelevant unless you know how to extrapolate actual information, which you've never been taught how to do. They don't teach you that anywhere. Trust me. Now, the majority of people on the planet, all people on the planet, except for me, are cursed. There you go. There you go. So when I put curses out there and you don't die, because I didn't put a death curse out, you may say, I have problems in my life, but I'm not necessarily cursed. Yes, you are. Because you do not even know what you're missing, and you don't know how to think straight. When I create vampires, they have no problems. Vampires did not exist until I created them. I am the most advanced scientist in the universe. Period. Now, before you say that I'm mentally ill, or that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I am the occultist. So, you better not know what the fuck I'm talking about. Period. Now, you may have an idea. Magically, he's saying magically people are oppressed by curses that keep them in the lower class of society. So then, people who are more successful would have, what, less curses? You listen to the stories. Someone had to go through a lot of bad things to become successful. There were a lot of obstacles. Why were those obstacles there? Why do people get in these cycles? Because they're cursed. Point blank. They're cursed, and they break the curses somehow by pushing their ass off. Right? The problem here is, look at a lot of people who become very successful who broke through these curses. They became higher vibrationally. And then look what happened to the end of their life. And when I say end of their life, I don't mean they were old. Some of these people were young. When their lives completely destroyed, or they died, or whatever happened. Those curses, they didn't really break. They just came back. Now, here's another thing. I know everything about the occult. I'm going to explain things in a way that you can understand them, that you know they're undeniable. But here's the point. The public is going to have to kiss my ass and give me more money. Because I am tired of you dumbasses thinking you know how to control somebody. And let me explain something to you. Do your research. People die around me all the time. That's why I keep people away from me. Because if you disrespect me, the demons I control will kill you. Period. They tell me everything that goes on. And you have to understand, I'm not going to react or even respond to every issue that I have to deal with right away. That's why I have demons to do things for me. I'm a busy man. I am a busy being. I am the busy man. I am the busy being. I am the busy scientist. So my point here is, I create vampires. What is a vampire? A vampire is a female that has no problems, period. Now, why do I say females? A female. Because I experimented for years, did I not, with the public, dealing with men, and guess what? What I already knew was confirmed. Men just won't act right. You guys do not respect anybody who helps you. You want to do things behind their back. You want to destroy them. You want to out-alpha them. You're not appreciative. You're not developed enough. You're not deserving of no problems. You may think I have problems with all the stuff that happened, but remember, it's the occult, so you don't know what's really going on. I already knew the future. I told you about it in the Saturn return video. When I told you I was preparing for my Saturn return, I knew it was going to happen. It was not any curse that did this to me. It was my own power. Okay? So, this stuff needed to happen to open a doorway for me. Draco Alpha Ipswich. It's sort of opening an interdimensional gateway, if that makes any sense to you. So, while I am opening up the rest of my brain, my mind, and doing the things that I need to do to make sure that I'm fully aware of my new body, and I am redeveloping it. Don't worry about the extra weight. I'm shifting it around and doing exercises, occult exercises and things that I'm not going to tell you about because the public cannot know this stuff. You guys are not allowed to know this stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna help a lot of people for a lot of money. I've already helped tons of people. My free information, anything that I do or say is worth trillions of dollars. I'm not an idiot. I know that. Okay, so when I charge, there's a reason why I charge, because I'm not an idiot. Consulting right now is base price $100,000 an hour. So what that means is, most of you watching this video, don't ask me questions because you cannot afford consulting because you're cursed. Period. When you don't have curses, things are a lot easier. You just explode. Because you people are a problem and you're dangerous, you get cursed. You get cursed all the time by people you don't know. You don't believe in curses. So you disrespect people, they don't say anything to you, and you get cursed. You didn't even know you got cursed. And you don't go anywhere in life. You're just like everybody else, average, normal. And that's why people have haters. A lot of these haters are cursing people. But the curses you need to worry about are curses from people like me. There's nobody like me. But my point here is, people who are minding their own business, not doing anything to anybody, and you don't even know who you're dealing with.